You have to laugh this time, too.
TV station, heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Broadcasting live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. It's time now for the Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, the fastest growing podcast in the nation. New Jersey native Aaron Phillips is the voice of Las Vegas and an inductee into the Las Vegas Entertainment Hall of Fame. And Boston native Neil Portnoy is an internationally recognized artist and illustrator with his acclaimed studio in the heart of Las Vegas. Together, they are the Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.
Welcome everybody to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I am Aaron Phillips, and what you're looking at on the screen right now is an archive picture dating back to the very first episode of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers from Portnoy Gallery in Las Vegas. Myself and Neil Portnoy, we kicked off this show over a year and a half ago. When we started that show as a special shout out to my twin brother, dear friend, and all of us here in studio, to Neil, who is currently recovering. Those of you know what's going on, you are aware. Those who don't, I ask that you just kind of scope it out online. I don't want to be the one to share important information, but well wishes to our dear friend. Hope you get well soon. We miss you, buddy. But not to be outdone, of course, we have a substitute co-host for you, my friend. Joining us again in the hot seat, or not in the hot seat, but the hosted, I guess it's a hot seat. It's a co-host revolving seat. Miss Teresa Mala. I see I said it right. How are you, darling?
I am great.
See, they're playing your song right now.
Yes, I had my protein fix this morning.
See,
so
everything,
I'm great.
Everything is protein based. Yes, exactly. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a great pleasure. It was just so much fun to have in studio. I wish it was under better circumstances, with Neil being under the weather. But, he's happy when you're in studio, too.
I love you, Neil, and I wish you a speedy and full recovery.
Amen. And sitting in the bird cage, none other than the wacky bird himself, Mr. Johnny Bird. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Last night had some energy.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, you want to call it energy? All right, works for me. Whatever you want to call it. By the way, of course, Johnny is the step brother from another mother, but Teresa, and I finally have it down right, is the step sister from a different mister. Right? That's what we coined you now.
Yes.
Okay. Our picture that you see in the background here. We now have to expand as we now have a step sister to put in there. Now that you've been Portnoyed, yes. I know somebody who can fool around with certain things. And,
yes,
we may just have to do that. Anyway, thank you for joining us. As always, everybody, please remember that we are currently live on 7 different platforms. GoLive.Vegas, Go Live mobile app if you're on the move, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook, obviously, and YouTube. And, of course, we do have with Twitter. Send us a live tweet. You can communicate with us there. You send us a tweet using hashtag Twin Brothers Vegas, and just as you see there on the screen, your tweet will come up, and we'd be happy to read it and announce it, and you'll get fanfare like you just heard when your tweet comes through. Now, of course, we would love for you to be part of the show as well. You can even call in. As you see right now, the numbers on your screen. I feel like I'm doing a telethon. Call in now, 702. Could you put the camera on Teresa? Let's see if she does the pointy thing.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Toll free 85. It's closer to you. That's why. Toll free 855-502-4321. If you're within the United States, 702-329-6947. And of course, as always, chat rooms are being monitored as we speak, so you can put your comments and questions in there as well. Quick shout outs. Richie Garcia, of course, saying hello to Teresa and Johnny.
What state is he in today?
State of confusion because he forgets about me.
Richie.
That's it. That's all right, Richie. I love you anyway because you were tuned in to Power Play Sports this morning. Carrie Byers. My dad's even in the chat room today. Michael Ring is out there. Tim
Bobby.
Graham. Reza McDonald. Richie, I got Ivy Portnoy. Neil's sister, who lives back east, she's currently in the chat room. We want to thank everybody. Please start your own watch party. Share the link. Let's get people involved because today's guest, our featured guest, who will be coming in after break. You want to talk about somebody who could probably dish some dirt and tell some good stories. Is an author by the name of Diana Eden, no relation to Barbara. I've already clarified that. And the title of her book is, Miss Teresa?
Stars in Their Underwear.
And we'll just leave it there so you can imagine what kind of...
Is that a picture book?
Yeah.
Is there just all words?
There's words. There's words in it.
Is it just a bunch of words on there?
There are some pictures, though.
There are some pictures?
Yeah, there's some great pictures.
Well, during the break, I want a copy of that.
Yes.
I got a few stars that I'm thinking of, but it's probably not the same ones I'm going to see.
There's a picture right there coming up on your screen of the cover of the book, Stars in Their Underwear. And basically, Diana's been, I think it's 30 years and more in the industry of Hollywood, of costume design and stuff. And needless to say, she's worked with many of the best and maybe some of the worst actors and actresses in Hollywood. Some of the stories and some of the things that she's done we'll get into. And we'll talk about how you can get a copy of the book. She was kind enough to bring one copy for 4 of us. I don't know how we're going to timeshare the book, but that's okay. We'll figure that out.
I'll take the pictures. You guys can have all those words.
Will you write up the diagrams for us?
I will.
Ivy puts into the chat room. She does indicate Neil is doing better today. And, of course, asking everybody to please pray for Neil. Absolutely positive vibes goes out to our twin brother. Okay, with that, as always, let us start off with some headlines that I came across this week. By the way, for those of you in the football know, of course, Allegiant Stadium here in town for the Raiders. Probably will never see a fanny in their seats right away. However, yesterday was a deadline that they had to complete the stadium to the point of being able to get their, are you ready for this? Their occupancy certification, which means they can put people in there. It's all good to go, but there ain't nobody going to be setting foot in there anytime soon, right? Garth Brooks, who was supposed to open the stadium later this month, as we know, has already canceled his show. September 21st, Monday night, supposed to be the home opener, Raiders and the Saints. Don't know how they're going to pull that off with nobody in the stadium. But nonetheless, if somebody happens to stagger into the stadium at some point, it's okay. We have the occupancy certification.
Yay!
Anyway.
They can just put the fake fans like they do for the baseball games.
You know, I'll tell you, I was watching the Yankees and Red Sox, and if Neil is watching, I'm sorry to say this for his sake, but my Yankees did beat the Red Sox last night. They were at Yankee Stadium, but they have tarp over all the seats.
Yeah.
And the picture from behind the pitcher, you see all those seats, but then when something happens, you hear the crowd noise, and then they pan back, and there's nobody in there.
You know what they should do? And this just occurred to me. They should green screen the whole thing.
They should.
And using the film from previous years, just
Yeah.
because they're lined up, the center field, all the cameras are in the same spot.
Yeah.
Green screen what's there and superimpose some people in it.
That sounds like another job for you. You've only got 25 right now, right?
You had more sports news, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I do, actually, but we'll get to that in a second. You want to do that now since it's sports related? This just came through before we went on the air. It's breaking news, and I think it's wonderful how somebody does help our community. So
Yeah.
we have breaking sports news of an athlete doing something tremendous. So Johnny's got the scoop, so take it, Johnny.
Well, just mentioning that our friend was in the ICU
Yes.
recently, and if you remember the downhill skier Peekaboo Street,
Absolutely.
she was I think in a couple Olympics. Well, she's donated her medals.
Yeah, she won a couple, right?
Yeah, she won some gold. I think she won a couple of silver, but she's donated her medals to rename right here in Las Vegas one of the intensive
Oh, it's
care
here?
units. Yeah, it's in here.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're calling it the Peekaboo ICU.
Oh, no. No. We'll just let that fester for a few seconds, folks. Just, how many of you went, oh, that's so
Wait
What
a
the
minute.
heck? Because, folks, we did that here in the studio before we went on the air. So, actually, I think it's pretty funny. That's going to be stuck in my head all day.
I know. It's one I could actually remember.
Hello, hello, you're here.
Try this at home with your little ones. Peekaboo! Oh, wait a minute. That was a story. I see you. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it doesn't take much to get this show off the rails, as always. 702-329-6947. Give us a call. We'd love your input and, quite frankly, maybe your reaction to that bad joke. All right. Exactly. Hey, there was a rumor going around. You guys are obviously great entertainers in this town, and you keep your ear to the ground for stuff. There was a rumor that started that the Sahara was going to be closing permanently.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
heard that today.
Yeah, and you know, we know they were the Sahara for many, many years. Then somebody got drunk and changed the name to the SLS. And then about a year ago, that same drunk person said, you know what, that's enough, let's put it back to the Sahara.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud to say that apparently that was a nasty rumor, because immediately the folks behind the Sahara Hotel squashed that rumor, and there is no truth to that. So, who do you want to believe? In this economy, I was not surprised to see and hear that they were possibly closing, but it is a nasty rumor.
Well, that's good.
Maybe they need to go to the Peekaboo ICU to get it fixed. I don't know.
Maybe.
Get a little ointment on that rumor.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised either way. You know, with what's going on, there's going to be, I'm guessing, maybe 15-20% of the
Yeah.
places that are significant name brand. And I think they made a big mistake when they changed it from the Sahara. It's such a iconic name. The name itself drew.
Yep.
So why change it to SLS, which meant nothing, and then try to change it back, and even the logo and the lettering,
Yeah.
it doesn't have that iconic feel. It wouldn't shock me either way.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah, SLS. You know what? The same person who came up with that name. Are you guys familiar with the town when you head out on 15 South, Zizix? Yeah. Right? You know that town? Yeah. Okay. I still would love to know how somebody came up. ZZXYZXZZ, whatever.
Yeah.
So all I kept thinking of, you guys remember the great comedian Foster Brooks, right? Who was always drunk. I mean, I know. Yeah, I know. That's, jeez. You know,
I don't-
Johnny, you know who?
He's my hero.
There you go. All I'm thinking about is Foster Brooks losing a poker game. And he said, okay,
Dean
now.
Martin.
Right, with Dean.
With Dean Martin.
I think we should take out all the vowels, boy, and see what's left.
There you go. And so there you go. That's how that town was named. Like the SLS.
Yeah.
It didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But exactly. The SLS, and put a little Zizix on it, and you'll be fine a week later.
It tingles.
No afterburn either. Okay. One more story that I have, and then I'm afraid to open it up to anything else you guys may have to talk about. But here's a company that obviously was not making enough dough, and they had to file Chapter 11 yesterday. Did you guys read about this? Mm-mm. Well, California Pizza See, dough, California pizza.
California
I
Pizza
figured there
Kitchen.
had to be Italian.
Of course, I tried, but obviously it didn't work very well. Like tie in with a lead balloon. They filed for Chapter 11 this week. Another business having to restructure.
Yeah.
When I first read it, I thought they were closing, going by the wayside of many
Yeah.
businesses. But they're only filing for Chapter 11 for reorganization. So, but again, like you said, it's another company that has to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Well, are they known by anything that we would know them by? I mean, I've never heard of the company.
You've never heard
No.
of California Pizza?
California Pizza Kitchen. Is that it?
Yeah, California Pizza
Yeah.
Kitchen.
You've
That's
never
right.
heard of it?
I'm from the Midwest.
that's
It's new to
true.
me.
For him, it would be the Iowa Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, but that's in the back of a barn.
Does Don
In all-
Torsini own that in his barn?
All the pizza smells like hay.
Yeah.
As long as it smells like hay and not something else, you'd be okay in that barn. Last but not least, Chick-fil-A. Here we are, we're talking about closings, but Chick-fil-A just opened a brand new location down at 215 on Las Vegas Boulevard, right there by the town square, I guess, right in that area. And I know there's another one that's currently being built up in my area on Fort Apache in Charleston, where the Claim Jumper used to be on there, on that
Okay.
corner. So Chick-fil-A seems to be doing pretty well, right?
I don't know if you guys have been there lately, but they've got it going on. Like you go in the line, you're like every time you say something, you say thank you. They say my pleasure.
Yeah.
They've got it all. Just they don't touch your card at all. They have a clamp, and so they're not open inside yet.
Right.
But their drive-through, they're amazing.
Well, they also
Oh, so our producer gave us a message how much he loves Chick-fil-A in Texas.
well they also have a very very passionate food fan base for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Part of it is the food that people love the food. Part of it is their philosophical bent, and people want to support that type of establishment.
I think I'm going there after this.
it sounds
I'm
good.
hungry.
So catch the Twin Brothers crew at the nearest Chick-fil-A near you.
You know, we should do a live remote from someplace like that. If Chick-fil-A or
That would
Well,
be
let's
fun.
get a local franchise that has an owner we can talk to sponsor that, and I'm all for
Yeah,
it.
that would. Be
I will get on that.
There you go.
Job
and I don't want to
number
be
28.
paid. Right.
You
and
know-
I don't want to be paid just in sandwiches either, by the way. I got to
have
watch
nu-
my girlish figure.
You want nuggets too?
Sure. Side of fries.
Just give me the chicken. Give me the protein, baby.
There you go. Except Chick-fil-A, I believe, is closed on
On Sundays.
on Sundays. So we have to then double book on Saturdays to cover Sundays.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys
yeah,
like Cane's, by the way? Speaking of chicken, you guys like Cane's?
It's okay.
Wow, feel the love and enthusiasm for
I
Cane's.
like their strips.
Because I'm a Chick-fil-A girl.
All right.
But they only have one sauce. There's like no barbecue, no.
Yeah, but that
ranch.
Mexi Ranch sauce is very good, though. That's
It's-
what they're
it's-
noted for.
Yeah, it's their signature sauce.
Right.
The chicken's really, really good.
Yeah, I
And
like
again,
it.
that's another family-owned business. And
Right.
the story behind Kane, the dog, right? Mm-hmm. And and the owner was a fighter pilot, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a good family-owned company. I like that.
But tell me, what is it about Chick-fil-A chicken?
It's the
That-
pickle.
Oh,
You asked.
no, that's listen, Teresa. I would have never expected a straight answer from you, regardless. So
You walked into it.
I did. I certainly did. Yes.
But
And,
she's the only one that gets it unsliced.
Right.
I understand they hired a moil to slice up the
Here
pickles
we
now.
go.
Yes, didn't take long. Took 12 minutes to get off the rails. All
Bring
right.
it out over here. I'm going to cut it now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, take a little off the top, and that's it. Okay, now Aaron, he's pushing for KFC. Now KFC, old KFC.
yeah.
What's the difference between old and new? Oh, before who bought them out? Colonel
Yum.
Sanders sold
Yum Brands, right?
Yum Brands.
Yeah, Yum owns KFC and Taco Bell and Long John Silver's. And I think they own A&W now too. I'm not positive.
We
about
used to
that.
have one A&W around the corner from where I used to live, but it's not there anymore.
Of course.
A Verizon store went in there. Christina von Lindenberg, a friend of mine through Kiwanis here in town, she's an incoming lieutenant governor, says she used to drive to St. George for Chick-fil-A for her and her daughter. Now that's commitment.
I'm saying.
I wouldn't drive past
I
the end of
would.
my street to get something. I would just figure out another
I
way to
would.
do it. That's when you would order Grubhub Eats or something, Uber Eats. To
And it'll
deliver.
cost you $200.
That's all right, but I did. But listen, I'm a Jew. I didn't have to drive. I made it easy.
Well, let me ask you both. What one place would you drive farther than any other place to get something from, food-wise?
Oh,
Well, Chick-fil-A could be one.
Nah, we already know that. Pick something else.
Okay, pick something else. I love P.F. Chang's.
Do you really?
I love it.
Where would I drive? Peggy Sue's. Yeah, right on the highway on Route 15. There you go. I've never eaten there.
There's only one of those, isn't there?
Is it that
She's
good?
been open since the 50s, right?
Okay, I have to say this too. So Betty's Authentic American Burgers in Baja, California. It's 364 miles. I'll drive there.
Wow.
See,
Who wants to go?
you driving?
Road trip.
Road trip? Let's do it.
How about you, Aaron?
I got to tell you, the only thing I would drive, though it's not an easy drive, is I would go back to the East Coast for real egg rolls. The thick egg rolls. There's one place in Summerlin, and I'll give them a pop because we order from there, New York Chinese. They're the closest thing to that style of egg roll back there.
Yum.
You know, but fortunately, where I live, Johnny, to be honest with you, I've got enough of those restaurants that are within 2 minutes of me. That the thought of driving like to Henderson from where I am and having my passport stamped to get on the other side of 15, I don't need to do that. Although I will go out of my way. I have a place called Sabatino's that's like a block and a half from my house on Cheyenne and Buffalo. But I have to give a pop to a sponsor, Marsigliano's. He makes eggplant without the skin that my wife loves. Love his pizza. We've had him here in the studio in the past. He would be someone, if it was Italian and my wife winked at me enough times, I would get in my car to go pick it up. So... Oh, there you go. Well, you know.
What a
Wait a
burger.
minute. Yeah. Turn on your mic. You're welcome to join in and say what you put up there instead of us picking up our heads, looking up there.
The Whataburger.
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 I
Whataburger.
thought it said whack.
I would drive to Texas for a Whataburger.
Those are good. You know where I'd go? I'd go Golden Corral.
You love those buffets.
Yes. And it's not just the buffet, although it gives me options. Number one, I don't like to wait for my food.
No, he does not.
I got other things to do. Number two, the steaks there.
What?
I'm dead serious. The sirloin steaks there are always tender. They're always juicy. They're cooked exactly as I want them, and I can get them stacked high.
Correct.
So yeah, Golden Corral. I love those.
You like your meat, don't you?
I do. And you
Lots
know
of
what?
protein.
You know what I do?
Lots of protein.
When I started keto, I would drive up.
We're going to owe some time to our guests, by the way.
I'd park my car right in front, let it run, go in there, grab a to-go box, go up there, get a couple steaks, and for like $9, I could have a pound and a half of steak. Bring it home, or if I got it that far, and sit down and just have a steak.
He's eating.
And
the
they're
steak.
great steaks.
I could see him holding the T-bone as he's driving. Exactly.
No bones. I'm telling you, those steaks there are really good.
Well, I think you're in trouble. I don't know if Golden Corral's coming back.
Well, no,
partner.
one of them's open.
Is it?
And I have to drive to it. The other one's 3 minutes from my house.
Well, yeah, one of them is the one down by where the old Showboat used to be,
Yep.
downtown, and then there's one out by the sporting goods store.
Dick's.
No. Crap. I could see it. Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, Bass Pro.
Right down that way next to me. Okay, real quickly in the chat room, Christina sends another one. She would drive to Miami for Cuban food at the Versailles. I don't know what that restaurant is, so I trust her. Carrie Byers, owner of Premier Showgirls, The Mad Greek in California. Johnny, take us to break, sir.
Yeah, we do need to get a
please.
break in because we have a guest that we need to bring up here and find out a little bit about her. We'll be back right after these messages here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers with Mala and Aaron. I'm Johnny.
Sugar Shack. I was a crazy little shack beyond the tracks, and everybody called it the Sugar Shack. Well, it's just a coffee house and it's made out of wood. Espresso coffee tastes mighty good. That's not the reason why I gotta get back up to that Sugar Shack.
Being an out-of-work entertainer during this pandemic shutdown in the entertainment capital of the world, it's not easy. In fact, it's damn hard. It's not just here, but everywhere. Comedians are struggling.
funny, boy.
Even the pimps and hoes have had to adapt. So being on the street and desperate, you have to find that inner spark, that creativity to keep pushing forward. You never know where your next guitar is going to come from. The truth is, you just have to go out there every night and keep pushing. Never give up. Sometimes the difference between a good night and a bad night is in the sign that you make. I've tried little ones. And big ones. I even tried to learn to spin. So now it's just me and my mug. Out here every night trying to do what I can for my family. But there is hope, and you can help. For the cost of a really expensive cup of coffee at Starbucks, you'll help keep a starving artist off the streets. At Portnoy.com, every mug you purchase feeds an out-of-work entertainer for a week. You can choose from 66 of your favorite Las Vegas personalities and not only get a high-quality 11-ounce mug from world-famous illustrator and artist Neil Portnoy, but also that warm, fuzzy feeling of knowing you're making the world a better place. So it's your choice. Either buy a mug at Portnoy.com or risk seeing us on the streets. It's up to you.
At the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of here at the Copa.
Give me that f***ing boa. You're not Barry Manilow. Now get your ass back in the house.
Copa. I'm coming.
Well, that was a lot of fun to do. And Neil was such a good sport about that. And his line of mugs has helped so many entertainers around Vegas. That was a brilliant thing. Mark Messina came up along with Neil and Dorothy came up with the idea of doing the mugs as a line.
Absolutely.
And it was brilliant marketing on his part. And the answer, I know, I just got 48 questions, all the same one. Yeah, you still can buy the mug.
Right. We're all still available.
And Neil gets part of the proceeds.
Come back over here. Bring me back to my camera. There you go.
I
Twin
didn't
brothers.
bring my mug.
Aaron Phillips has his own mug. Teresa's got, even Aaron E., our producer here at Go
Yes.
Live, he's been Portnoyed.
Portnoy.com.
Very thankful from Neil. Thank you.
So I'm sure Neil is kind of watching with one eye on us and resting. So we're titling this show, this is the Portnoy show this week in honor of Neil and sending our thoughts out to him. All right.
I've got a quick idea on
Yes.
that, just real quick, Aaron. I was thinking, now for all the Portnoy guys and girls and teams around Vegas.
Yes.
How about this? For the next week, we put up, if we've been Portnoyed either with or without a mug, I think all of us should put our Portnoyed caricature up on our Facebook page for this this upcoming week.
Yes.
As a profile picture or something?
As a profile picture,
Yes.
all of us for
I'm
one
in.
week.
But what do I do? I got 3. How
Well,
do I,
You can,
Gotta schedule.
you can rotate him.
Okay.
Sketchy bastard.
There's our see, I screwed that up. There's our buddy. Hold on.
There you
he's
go.
right.
Oh yeah.
He's so cute.
Okay, all right. With that, this is the Portnoy version. By the way, real quickly, in the chat room during the break, Lisa Mascari says she would drive for Chicken Shack. Chris Muller says Big Fred's Pizza in Omaha. And Lisa Mascari says she owns 8 mugs, but I want to know if any of them are of Aaron
Me.
Phillips.
I want to know if it's me. Me.
Lisa, you got a few more mugs to buy. Teresa, me, whoever. Anyway, we're very thankful. Okay, with that, we've wasted enough time of our guests' time with us. We owe her time, so we'll probably go over 1 o'clock today because I know Aaron E. has nothing going on at 1 o'clock. But joining us here at the dais is author Diana Eden as she celebrates the publication of her memoir that came out in June. It is a recounting of the storied career that she has as a dancer, actress, costume designer, working with some of the world's biggest celebrities. The book will be available and is available initially in paperback only, with digital release coming soon. Please welcome to the show, Diana Eden.
Yay!
Stars in their underwear. Boy, that title alone, Diana, can lead to so many different conversations. Thank you for coming in today.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
You good?
Yeah.
This crazy
Excellent.
world?
Oh, crazy world. Yeah.
All right, very cool. Well, listen, I introed you, but I'm more interested in how did you come up with the title Stars in Their Underwear? I mean, I got to imagine costuming and stuff. Yeah, you get to see these actors and actresses in some precarious.
Yeah, I'm still looking through the pictures here.
Yeah. Keep looking.
He wants a picture book.
Well, actually,
wait.
I get to meet the stars almost as soon as I've met them. I see them in their underwear because, we do fittings. So it'll be like, hi, Mr. De Niro. So happy to hear you've been cast in this film. Can you come in for a fitting? Hi. Would you try this on, please? And they've got to get undressed. So,
Yeah?
yeah. But it's all a bit metaphorical,
Of
Who
course.
is the
So-
sexiest in their underwear?
Oh my goodness! Well, actually, there was an absolutely divine actor on Passions, and I had such a crush on him. And the first time he came in for a fitting, I was there in the fitting room, and he turned his back and reached back and pulled off his shirt, and his back was just gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Chuck Woolery. Thank you for joining.
So when he turned back around, I was so afraid that he, could read my mind. I was blushing, I'm sure.
All right, before we get deep into the history and some of the great stories that I know you have, I always like sharing with our audience how someone gets the idea to do what they've done in their profession. So just give us a couple of minutes. If you want to give background in terms of where you're from and all that, but how did you get into this? I mean, it's not, do you wake up at 10 years old and say, I want to be a costume designer?
No, I didn't discover that until a lot later.
A couple hours later.
A couple hours, yeah. I mean, career 1 and 2 took me, 30 years. I wanted to be a dancer, a
Okay.
ballerina. And
Did I read that you got too tall?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
because you were a ballerina for a long time.
Well, actually, I studied to be a ballerina,
Yeah.
and I was asked at age 15 to be in a ballet company.
The National Ballet of Canada.
Oh, you've done your homework.
I told you, I stalked
She did. There were restraining orders on the way, by the way.
Yeah.
you. I'll stay 6 feet apart at least.
Yeah. But I grew 2 more inches, and when I'm on point, I'm 6 foot. And
So ballerinas, there's a certain height?
well, you've got to be petite
Restriction.
for some poor guy to have to lift you halfway across
Throw
the
you across the room.
stage.
Good point.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And you're in a little lineup of swans in Swan Lake, and there'd be me, So, yeah. Anyway, I went to Broadway, and they liked
Yeah.
me better there. They said,
saw
yeah,
that.
we'll hire you. You'll be good.
So you did a really, really big one on Broadway.
Funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. Is that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah. I joined the original company, and I covered all of the dancers' parts, and I was there with Zara Mostel.
Best Fiddler on the Roof ever. Well, Topol was, but on Broadway, he was good.
yeah.
I want to throw it to Johnny. Johnny, I know you got something back there.
Yeah.
I do. I've always been fascinated by ballet dancers, but I just
Belly
know so,
dancers? What?
No, that's very different. No, ballet dancers. But I don't know a thing about it. How do you stand on your toes like that?
Yeah.
Carefully. It's very hard, and you have these point shoes that are miserably uncomfortable to wear, and you learn to balance. And why anyone wants to do it, I have no idea. But as a little girl, we all do, and
I wanted to go out for the ballet once, but they didn't have a 4-4 for me, so I said I couldn't participate. By the way, Sharon Ann in the 4-4. Did anybody get that? Nobody other than boy. Sharon Ann's in the chat room. She read the book and she loved it. We know Sharon Ann.
wonderful.
Yeah. 702-329-6947. I'm going to blow. No, I'm not. Look at that. I did it right this week.
Right there.
There's our phone numbers. Toll free 855-502-4321. I feel like Mitch Miller when the ball used to bounce over his lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
702-329-6947. Of course, send us a live tweet using hashtag Twin Brothers Vegas.
I want to do a quick shout out.
Please.
My good amigo Chicky is in my chat room. Hola, amigo. He says hi, Johnny and Teresa. And
Hey, hey.
also my friend Brian Wilcox. Hola, he's in California.
Right on. So, what was the aha moment for you? You said after your first two careers, but what was the aha moment for you when you said, all right.
What was the second career?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I know what it was.
Acting. Oh,
Yeah.
I should have. Yes.
Were you
you're
not paying
good,
attention to the
good.
bio, Johnny?
Yes.
No, but it's not whether or not we read it. It's
No, I
whether or
know.
not our listeners have
You
this.
did so much. I'm serious.
Well, I
I didn't mean to cut you off, Aaron.
No.
We
You're
can
fine.
get part one.
No, you're.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know you are.
well, I keep figuring if I keep trying at something will take,
You worked with Carol Burnett.
Yes, Carol Burnett, indeed. Yeah, I worked with her several times. When I was a dancer, I'd never costumed her. That all came later.
That was Bob Mackey and Company, was it?
Yes. How
Yeah.
was that?
Well, when I met Bob Mackey, my life changed.
Okay.
Because,
So that was your aha moment for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I met him through Anne Margaret, and that was pretty aha-ish.
Yeah,
too.
sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is an amazing woman, and her show at the time here up in Vegas was like the top.
Mm-hmm.
It was fabulous, and of course, I got paid to come up and stay
That's
at
even
Caesar's
better.
Palace.
That was
and,
Jubilee, right?
No.
No.
This was Anne Margaret's nightclub act.
Oh, okay.
And she had a big production act with singers and dancers and scenery, and it was
Oh, wow.
fabulous.
So
Yeah.
how did you, when Bob Mackey said you
Yeah.
change your career,
Yeah.
Give us how you got into this path, because obviously, like you said, dance, entertainment,
Yeah.
acting and everything. I do want to circle back and find out your acting in terms of whether there's movies out there that we would know that you were in. But talk about how you took off in the costume design industry.
Well, it kind of happened by accident
Okay.
because when I met Anne Margaret, actually I met her producer first, and they wanted someone to work with the costumes for the dancers. And I said, I don't know anything about costumes. And they said, of course you do. You've been a dancer, and really all we need is someone who understands dancers. So I thought, yeah, that's me. I know dancers. So through Anne Margaret, I met Bob Mackey, and when he asked me to be his assistant on the creation of Jubilee,
Oh, wow.
I spent 2 years working with him, right next to him, learning everything
Oh,
from
my
him.
God.
I mean, I say basically my costume training is from the school of Bob Mackey,
Sure.
even though he never had a school,
All right, Mackey University.
Yeah.
Johnny, going to throw it to the cage.
Wow.
Well, Bob Mackey, I first heard his name, of course, with Carol Burnett, and then
Oh, yeah.
Cher.
And Cher.
Cher.
And when I got married, my wife was in a Bob Mackey knockoff dress as Cher.
Oh,
We got to have a picture. You got to
And
put a picture
I was
up.
Sonny. So we were Sonny and Cher. And so Bob Mackey, wow, what an incredible career. And
Yeah.
for you to be able to spend time with him.
Oh, yeah.
What pearl of wisdom did he teach you that you wouldn't have got anywhere else, do you think?
well, just kind of everything. Basically, he said, pay attention to every single detail. It wasn't like, oh, I'm a great designer, here's the sketch, and then, oh, there he is, yeah. He would be involved in every single part of the costume. So it was never just, throw it together and let the sewers assemble it.
Well, when you think about the beauty of costumes that he's designed over the years, and then when
Yeah.
you think back to the Carol Burnett show with Gone with the Wind farce,
Yeah.
where she's coming down with the curtain rods.
I knew you were going to mention
I
that.
had to, because
I just saw that episode
Right?
again recently.
It's in the Smithsonian. I mean, who has a costume in the Smithsonian?
there you go. I mean, that's legendary stuff.
Yeah.
When an iconic costume, and there's many iconic costumes that are out there, of course,
Yeah.
all over the hundreds of years that stuff's been made. But when people think of Bob Mackey and Carol Burnett, that's that green thing with the rod, and she's walking down the
Curtain
steps
rod, still
sideways,
in
right? Cracking Harvey Korman up as she's coming down the steps. By the way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look
Oh,
who's
there
that.
she is. Yeah.
There she
Wow.
is. If you can find that picture of Carol Burnett from that scene, if you don't mind, if you know what scene I'm talking about, right? From the Carol Burnett show, Mr. Producer.
I want to see Johnny and Anna's wedding photo.
Oh yeah, I want to see that too.
I have a
Yeah,
funny feeling you need permission first.
Yeah, well, maybe Anna could send it to Erin. I know she's watching.
Oh,
Maybe
there
she-
you go.
Ooh, yes, Anna.
You think she carries that on her phone?
She does carry it on her phone
Oh.
because she just showed it last night.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know she had it on her phone, but me as Sonny and her as Cher and this purple
Why does that not surprise
with
me?
with the 18-inch
you?
headdress too, which got stolen in our rock revival. Yeah.
Well, I happen to know a costume designer that maybe could
Yeah.
reproduce it for you.
That could be, for a price. Yeah.
God. I want,
Everybody has
oh
a
my
price.
God.
I'll take
I
her
want
to
to be your
Chick-fil-A.
best friend. Really, I do.
So what was now, obviously you learned from Mackie,
Yeah.
which was obviously probably the best teacher out there.
Yeah.
At what point what was the first thing that you flew solo on in terms of costume design?
The Facts of Life.
Really?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, love that show.
Yeah.
Tootie and Charlotte Ray.
Tootie and
As a
Joe.
spin-off from the
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So
I had a
was there
crush
in the-
on Joe.
Everybody, I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There is
Oh,
the
there
iconic
it is.
picture.
Yeah.
God.
And he could not stop laughing.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was just,
That was the best part of the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah.
When you see Tim Conway and Harvey together, and then you're trying to break up Carol Burnett, that
Yeah.
was the best part of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
So, who did you costume the whole show?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Who's
was
the-
the costume designer, and you design every single costume, every single actor.
Of
Yeah.
that show, who was the toughest to design for?
Um.
Although they were the school outfits mostly every day anyway, so
Well, no, they'd grown a little older when I.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they were older when you got- okay.
Yeah, so they were actually in the regular things, and I
Gotcha.
look back now and I see those shoulder pads
talking the 80s, right?
and at the
Yeah.
80s, and oh my God, those bright colors and the mullets, and I go, oh my God, what was I thinking? But Charlotte was not easy to dress.
Okay.
But the girls, they were in the middle of their teenage crisis years.
Yeah.
They become big stars, and their bodies were changing, and they had boyfriend problems. I mean, but
do you stay in touch with any of them?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, we have a hotline of guests now coming down the pipeline, so we want to keep Diane as a good friend of the show.
yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
What was now that's
There
TV.
they are.
There they are.
Yeah.
Which is the Joe Polnichek. I couldn't tell you the full names of anybody else on that show,
Yeah.
but Joe, everybody knew.
Oh,
Blair
yeah.
Walsh.
Blair.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you.
you also did
Mindy
let's see.
Cohn.
Yep.
You
Mindy.
also did Santa Barbara. You
Yes.
did A League of Their Own. You won
Yeah.
an award.
You did a League of Their Own?
I did the
You
TV
were
series.
nominated
Yes.
for a Primetime Emmy
Yeah.
for Outstanding Costumes for your work on A League of Their Own.
It was so much
Are
fun.
they on display at home? That's what I want to know.
Yes, of course.
There
they
you
are.
go, see?
On my wall. My ego wall.
There you go.
Everyone has to have an ego wall, don't they?
Is it easier to design costumes for TV or movies?
Um,
Or they're about the same?
about the same, except TV moves very fast.
Okay.
You have a week to shoot an episode.
Okay.
So you start Monday and you go. And the hours are long, and, well, they are for film, too. But it's very fast-paced. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just...
Now, we say League of Their Own. We're talking about the movie, yes?
I did the TV series, which was based on
Right.
the movie. Had Penny Marshall
Yep.
and Tom Hanks actually directed an episode, which was really exciting.
So for movies,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Die Hard, and it's not one of the ones that's on your list. But how hard is it to keep continuity with a character that wears the same costume through an entire show that changes from scene to scene as he's getting more beat up?
Well, funny you should say that,
Oh,
because
good question.
when I'm teaching at UNLV costume for film, one of the things we talk about is continuity. And I actually show slides from Hangover because, from the time that Brad Pitt arrived at Caesars and then, everything goes to hell and then he gets beat up and he goes here and there. There's many versions of the costume. If someone is gonna wear a costume all the way through a film, they won't just have one version. So there might be 15 versions, and then you kind of label them all, which number. Oh, he's in number 12 now. That's when he has blood on the sleeve.
Do you watch movies and see these continuity mistakes, and can you not watch for them?
I don't watch for them, but I see them occasionally. It happens.
My daughter's the same way with sound because she's a sound engineer for
Oh,
musicals.
yeah.
So when we're sitting in, or she's even listening, she had her car. She just bought a car back in March since moving back
Yeah.
here because of COVID. She knew driving that car that the right passenger speaker was not sounding right. Honest to God. So she took it into CarMax where she bought it, and they couldn't find the difference.
Yeah.
And she looked at them and said, "There is a problem. I'm a sound engineer, blah, 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 blah." They took the car over to Nissan, and they changed the speaker up because she heard the difference.
God.
So you do. You like, I officiated football. I watch
Yeah.
football games very differently.
Yeah.
I guess it's part of the trade, right? I mean, you can't, it's what you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And you just said that you teach at UNLV.
Yeah.
What don't you do?
Well, I had to do something to keep busy.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it quite a few years. They brought me in as a kind of guest speaker, and now they're stuck with me every semester, and I love it.
All right, what I'd like to do is we're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, I want to dive into the book. I want to get into the meat, juicy details of the book. Stars in their underwear. Johnny, take us to break.
Well, I'm still looking for the pictures
Yes.
here during the break, so I'm going to be checking that out. When we get back, we're also going to put her on the hot seat and
Chapter
find out.
18 has a great one, by
I
the way.
did see that. I did dig in, so I'm gonna blow that one up all by myself. We'll be back right after these on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.
Sugar Shack. I was a crazy little shack beyond the tracks, and everybody called it the Sugar Shack. Well, it's just a coffee house and it's made out of wood. Espresso coffee tastes mighty good. That's not the reason why I gotta get back up to that Sugar Shack.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Welcome back to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, along with Aaron Phillips, with Neil in spirit and the spicy jalapeno, Teresa Mala. We're here with a terrific guest, and we're going to find out more about her book right now.
Right on. Thank you, Johnny. All right, welcome back to Twin Brothers. Like you said, Diana Eden, author of a book called Stars in Their Underwear, costume designer to the stars for over 30 years. Before we get into, well, this kind of goes in with the book. Somebody asked in the chat room, was there ever an epic costume fail?
Oh, well, yeah.
There had to have been more than one, I'm sure, right?
Let me think. In Jubilee, all the costumes were being shipped up from Bob Mackey's place of business in L.A., and I was already at Bally's. No, I was at the MGM Grand, which is now Bally's, unpacking the costumes, and I unpacked a set of costumes and got them all steamed and hung up. And then the designer came along and said, where are the collars and cuffs? I said, they weren't in the box. He said, yeah, they were in the box. Well, the box has been picked up by the janitorial service. So we're calling down, that box, don't throw that box away. So I am racing through the hotel, trying to get to, yeah, it's like Lucy with the lottery ticket. Get to the headquarters, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's just been to the incinerator." So the collars and cuffs were incinerated, and I got teased a lot after that. One of the designers used to say, "Oh, Diana, have you burned any costumes today?"
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like you're jumping the shark line.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So listen, first of all, let's tell people, where can they find the book, reach out to you, website, all that stuff. Let's talk about that.
Amazon.com. Diana Eden Designs. I'm kind of all over the place. If you just Google me, you'll see where to find me. Twitter,
Oh, Johnny.
You can see it on the monitor. Johnny's engulfed in the book right now.
I'm going back to chapter 18.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
There's- no, you're also on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, you're on Facebook as well.
Yeah, Diana Eden, entertainment author.
Right
I
on.
created a new title for myself. I didn't want to just be
like that.
Diana Eden author because I thought, yeah, who's that?
Right.
So, because I like writing about the entertainment business.
Absolutely.
And this isn't your first book.
I did co-author another book
You
on
did.
vintage fashion.
You did.
Oh, you're so good.
I think you're going to have a new PR person.
I
With all due
know.
respect to your current one, who I
I-
know very well.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's get into the meat of the stuff.
Yeah.
Teresa, let's ask about something in the book.
Well, I want to know what it was like working with Nicolas Cage, who gave you a shout out.
He did.
Right now?
Yes. No,
Oh.
on the back of her book.
Work with me, Teresa. I'm trying to build our followers. Nicolas Cage was
Oh,
in the
wait.
chat room.
He is in the chat room, isn't he?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Well,
I just wanted
Nicolas
to
Cage.
ask a question.
He was very interesting. I enjoyed doing his movie, The Trust, and we got to film all around town and all sorts of locations, some beautiful, some seedy. And Elijah Wood was absolutely fabulous, his co-star. We filmed at the Peppermill Lounge. It was great fun. I absolutely loved it. And Nick was wonderful.
Was he?
Yeah.
You said interesting. He seems like he would be interesting.
Yeah.
He seems he'd be really like intense.
He's intense, and
Yeah.
you kind of think he's unapproachable, but then if you can, get up your nerve to go and approach him, he's perfectly fine,
So why did they cover up, or wasn't publicly known that he was Martin Scorsese's son?
He's not Scorsese's son.
Well, he's-
he's
Not Coppola.
Godfather Coppola.
Coppola, thank you.
Because early
See,
on
screwed that up.
he wanted to make his
We'll
way.
edit that out.
Yeah, please do. Get on that.
He wanted to make his own way,
Gotcha.
and not say, "Oh well, I'm
So-and-so.
so Coppola."
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
Respect that.
What's your favorite story in the book out of everything that's in here?
Oh, my favorite story. I guess being on tour with Diana Ross in Europe. It was so amazing to be part of a tour. She was at the height of
Is
her
she
success.
really a diva though?
She is, but not a bad diva.
Okay.
That's what it. Everybody
she's my
thinks.
girl. We're the same.
Oh yeah. Well, you know how to
So
be.
she
a
drinks a
diva.
lot of tequila too? I didn't know that.
I bet she's more of a rum girl.
No, actually, it's Hennessy Brandy.
Oh.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the book. And, yeah.
I know what I'm doing after the show.
Yeah.
I'm
But
digging
we
it.
got to tour. I mean, I got to be right next to the most enormous star and be part of the vibe of those concerts were absolutely amazing. And, sometimes unpredictable things happen. Like we were in Hamburg and she had done the full show, done her encore, left. She was back in the dressing room. I was unzipping the dress, the whole thing. She's getting into her jeans, and the stage manager's going, Miss Ross, you have to come back. They won't leave. So I said, well, which gown do you want to put on? And she said, I'm just going to put on my terry robe and slippers. I said, yeah, but you're going back out. No. So she went back on stage in her terry cloth robe and slippers, and the audience went nuts.
10 stars in their underwear.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Yeah.
Question that our producer put up on the prompter, and I think we already know the answer because you talked about that guy's back earlier. Were you ever jaw-dropped by an actor or actress to where you couldn't speak? Were you just in awe of the person you were in front of?
Well, I was in awe of Betty White.
Oh yes.
Who isn't?
We love Betty
Who
White.
isn't? Yes.
Tell us all
She's
about
a fan.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a fan favorite on the show. There you go. See, that's how we love. That's in a positive way. She keeps telling us we're number one, so it's a great thing.
I mean, Betty is absolutely the best, and of course, once I got over my it's Betty White.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She's just hilarious, and I got to work with her for 2 years on a show called Ladies Man, and then I got to work with her again with Tony Danza on a film we did up in Vancouver. And she is just a riot and down to earth, and don't do anything special for me. I'm just fine, So it just couldn't be any better.
I'm very happy to hear what you just said about someone of that stature. Because when you have people of that stature, what doesn't stink. And to hear somebody who's not, was she 98 now, I believe,
Yeah.
or something like that, and decades and decades of success and whatnot, to know that she's as down to earth as your next door neighbor, that warms my heart to know that somebody like that, of that echelon, still is just a regular person.
Well, you know what it is, I think, when you have been in the business a long time and you have struggled away and been through bad times and good times
Right.
and hung in there, you begin to realize that, everybody you're working with is a professional and deserving of respect. I think it's the younger stars that get famous very fast that are, oh, don't look in my eye,
Give me my green M&Ms.
Part of their rider, yeah.
Ellen's going through that right now.
Yeah.
The Don't Talk to Ellen. Have you ever met her?
No, I haven't.
Maybe it's a good thing.
I don't know.
So I want to circle back around to,
Yeah.
to the acting. You were in Valley of the Dolls.
Yes.
Valley of the Dolls.
I know.
Wow.
It goes way back.
And other things, but tell us about that.
Well, I was a dancer at the time, and I was hired to be in the Broadway scene, and they were choreographing a number of, with a number of Broadway dancers to be in the background. That actually got cut out, but you can see me standing right at the top of the stairs when Sharon Tate comes down.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at her and thinking, God, she's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
Really gorgeous.
At first, I thought it was a teletype. I don't know what the hell that was.
I thought it was the ghost in the studio.
Yeah.
We had lights flickering in the first show today, so we
yeah.
don't need to welcome them
Okay.
back. So let me ask you, I want to ask you about fails, and this question that was asked earlier. I'm sure you're familiar with the Super Bowl escapade that happened with Janet Jackson and Justin
Yes,
Timberlake.
yes.
So was that truly, could that have been a true costume fail, or
No.
is that, no?
No. And
There's no way that could have been a
well,
costume.
I don't know.
thing.
No way.
That was even
Nobody
writ-
bought that.
Even the words written into the song, I'm going to have you naked by the end of the song, then he
Yeah.
pops off her boob.
Okay.
yeah.
well, there you
And
go.
now if she had been totally naked underneath, you could say, well, maybe.
She had that cool little star thing.
Exactly. And the thing that made me really mad is it created the term wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
And we've had to live with that ever
My
since.
goodness gracious. What's the best experience to date you've had working with somebody besides us here on the show?
Right.
Oh, well, yeah.
This is it.
If this is the pinnacle, she's got to start over.
There it is.
Career number 4.
There it is. There you go.
For
hello.
heaven's sakes.
I hope we don't get blocked now. This
yeah.
is a PG plus show, by the way.
There.
Well, that was on
Justin
national
Timberlake was looking at
television.
her like the teleprompter was like the words were right there. Did you see that look? This is crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. I
Okay,
digress.
let me think. Well, I
really-
loved working on A League of Their Own. That was really fun. And even though it was a TV series, we had all of the original producers, creators, writers, Penny Marshall, and we spent a week out in Pomona, just west of LA, where they had a baseball field that was kind of period. And they shot all of the baseball scenes again with the new cast. And I got to shop for all the 1940s clothing. And at the time, there were some really amazing vintage stores in LA, and I would just go
Oh,
shopping.
man,
yeah,
that would be the
you
best
know,
job
shopping.
ever.
I'm sensing a girl shopping spree
Yes,
coming. I don't know why.
Yes, and,
And
you
I
know,
love vintage.
I
I got to
know.
show you some of my gowns.
The war lost a lot
Proud.
when the
Yes.
incomparable
Penny.
Penny Marshall
Yes.
Yeah.
passed, and then Gary didn't pass not too long ago.
yeah, and they were so different.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There was
Really?
there was a special that was on Netflix or something, one of
Yeah.
those about Gary Marshall. Oh no, ABC did a special.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very well produced
Yeah.
documentary on him. It was
Yeah.
great. I also noticed they didn't talk too much about him and Penny though. They did, but not from the standpoint of what they did in Hollywood together.
Well, Penny was kind of prickly in a way. Whereas Gary was just a big pussycat. He was a best friend. He was open. He was warm, and
There he is.
yeah. Oh gosh.
And you could see he was loyal to his actors because he went back to many of them for different productions
Oh, yeah.
and different things.
Yeah. And actually, I once designed for a play that he produced in a small theater, the Falcon Theater in Los Angeles. And somehow my name got left off the program. he was so appalled and embarrassed, and he took me out to this lavish dinner to try and pay me back, and of course they had an insert the next night, but he was absolutely mortified. It
Wow.
wasn't like, oh, sorry, you know. So,
Jeez. Well, listen,
yeah.
again, that's another one of those high Hollywood folks
Yeah.
that kept it real and kept it down to earth. All right.
Yep.
First of all, I want to let our audience know you are watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Teresa Mala sitting in for Neil, Johnny in the Birdcage, special guest Diana Eden. I'm letting everybody know, obviously it's 1 o'clock here in the Pacific. We are going to go over because we still got more to do with Diana, and it includes a little thing called the hot seat. Johnny, take us to break.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs. I feel like I'm in an elevator right now.
6 feet apart. Stand on your circle.
Johnny, welcome us back. How are you?
Are you going up or down in this elevator?
I'm on the inclinator before it gets shut down at the Luxor. Going this way.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird?
I've never actually been up to the top
I
of the
have.
Luxor.
One time. It is the craziest thing when you step on there thinking you're going to go up or down, and
Yeah.
instead
And you go sideways.
you're going horizontal. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't drink much, but this is really crazy.
Am I on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
All right. So we are back with special guest Diana Eden. Great fun, folks. Listen, thank you for hanging in there. We haven't really scratched the surface really on a whole lot. We hope we flavored it enough to pique your interest. I would love to schedule more time to have you come back, over time.
Love to.
Let's go back. First of all, let's share where people can get the book before we throw you into the hot seat.
Amazon.com. That is the main spot right now. Eventually, if we ever get out of our, COVID caves, it'll be in bookstores. But right now, Amazon.com.
And when will it be released online, like for Kindles and stuff?
Kindle in probably another month.
Okay.
So do you need a reader for a book on tape?
I was going to say.
I think she needs a female
we'll go head to head.
reader.
Actually, Juliet Mills offered to do it, if you know who Juliet Mills is.
Well, there
British
goes my
actress.
crack at that.
Yeah, well, okay.
We go back down to the bottom of the list, John.
Moving on.
Again, yeah. At least I'm not alone.
But I'll keep you in mind.
Sharon
this is-
Ann.
For the next book.
Yeah.
Sharon Ann, who's in the chat room.
Yeah.
She asks, when COVID is over, can you guys do a live with her at a book signing in Vegas?
I was thinking of that.
Oh, I'd love to.
So,
Yes.
Sharon, when all that happens and we get dates, Saturdays with me personally, I'm here from 8 a.m. until 1, but let's get some dates and info. We'll make it happen. I guarantee you that. Because Sharon, you're great. You've been great to me over the years with introducing me to people like Diana. So absolutely, whatever we can do, you'll let me know. So,
right.
and you already have a buyer. Lisa Muscari in there says she's going to buy a book. So.
Excellent.
Debbie
you can send your-
Silverman.
yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Debbie Silverman says she loved working with Gary Marshall. She's a friend of ours, photographer.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she does amazing work now.
Yeah.
She's branching off into her own company, Debbie Silverman. So
Yes.
look her up, and,
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
can get her. She'll come out. She'll photograph.
She's
at
amazing.
events.
All
Yeah,
right.
She was at Harrah's.
Right.
Harrah's and the Link.
All right, Johnny. It's time for the hot seat, my friend.
Ooh, I'm scared.
All right, now here's what happens, and I'm going to
Yes.
have our producer guy get ready to put our timer up there. You get 150 seconds. Now I'm going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. Don't think, just answer. You're not going to get any help on these. There is no right or wrong answer. So are you ready? Producer, are you ready?
You can do it.
All right, here we go, and start the timer. Who is Fred Flintstone's best friend?
Oh, you're going to ask me pop culture? I was too busy working to know. Next.
All right, spell spaghetti.
Spaghetti. I was married to an Italian.
Betty Spaghetti from League of Their Own.
According to your book, what star would you not want to see in their underwear?
Well, I saw Rodney Dangerfield in his underwear.
Oh my! No respect.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh, I don't know, one of the mermaids or something.
SpongeBob.
What was the first big show you saw in Vegas as a guest?
Oh, well, and Margaret, but I was also working Juliet Prowse, and her show was fantastic at the Riviera.
In-N-Out or McDonald's?
In and Out is where I'm headed after this.
Oh, there you go. Not Chick-fil-A after what you heard at the beginning?
No.
I'm sorry.
Who is the biggest star that you wanted to meet but haven't met yet?
Hugh Jackman.
Well, she met me now.
You stole my line.
Who was the greatest James Bond actor and why?
Oh, well, obviously everyone says Sean Connery, but I like Daniel Craig. I like those blue eyes, and he
I
was
like
intense.
them all.
This one from Aaron. Batman or Superman?
Batman, because I worked with Michael Keaton.
According to Elvis, what are you ain't nothing but a?
Hound dog.
What's the only mammal with 4 forward-facing knees?
What?
A mammal?
A mammal? I have no idea.
What's the craziest thing you ever did but didn't get caught doing? We're going to reveal this right now.
Okay.
I feel like I'm on TMZ all of a sudden.
Swimming naked in the sea off the coast of Italy.
What is your best bowling score?
Probably 300.
That's a perfect score.
Okay. 3.
It's her story. Let her. She's sticking to it.
It's
All right.
3. That is my score.
All right. Fred Flintstone's best friend. Anybody?
Barney
Rubble.
Barney Rubble. Let's see.
I'm not good with pop culture.
According to Elvis, yes, you got that right. He ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
The only mammal with 4 forward-facing knees, Diane,
Camel.
is an elephant.
Elephant.
An elephant.
Elephant.
They're the only animal with 4 knees that all face forward. All the rest of them have at least 2 facing backward, look like a dog. cat.
Really?
Yep.
The knees face backward?
Then, yep.
Johnny has a lot of time in his
Who
hands.
needs
by the way.
Google when we have Johnny?
Oh my God.
John, how do we take Johnny and put it into a Google name? John'll? Johnny'll?
Juggle.
Jugal.
Jubal. Wait a minute. That's
Giggle.
Giggle. Johnny Oogle. Johnny Oogle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oogle.
Johnny
Yeah.
Oogle.
Johnny
Well,
Oogle.
How I love
I've costumed a number of mammals, like the
Bubbles.
chimpanzee, Bubbles, yeah,
Yes.
and Bam Bam, orangutan.
This may surprise you, but Johnny spared every dollar and minute. He only wrote those up like 5 minutes before he went on the air. So we do some really in-depth research around here for our questions.
Yeah,
I did trivia at my shows for more than 20
Oh,
years, so
yeah,
I'm a
I'm
trivia
I'm
buff.
Absolutely.
terrible.
Those are
Like
fun.
trivia.
Those are
Bad
fun.
at trivia.
Who's your favorite actor of all time that you like to watch, not work with?
Okay, I'm going to say actually a female, Kate Blanchett.
Okay.
I love her. She's
She's so versatile.
so versatile, and I want to be her when I grow up.
Didn't she also play Bob
And I
Dylan?
want to be you.
Yeah, I think so.
She played Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that
Yeah.
explains why he mumbles when he talks. I mean, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Now, as a fan,
Yeah.
again, not in the working persona,
Okay.
your favorite all-time movie that, when it's on, you pop your popcorn, you grab your favorite adult beverage, you turn the world off to watch it, you don't want to be bothered. The name of that movie is?
Color Purple.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you involved in that movie at all?
No.
Okay, Color Purple. Why is that the best? I'm just kidding. Why? It's a great movie. I
It's a
mean,
wonderful movie. The colors, well, I don't want to say the costumes, like that's the only thing I care about. but it really takes you on such a trip, and it's the first one that came in my mind.
Right on.
I love that movie.
Wasn't that really the movie that really was the first breakout for Oprah?
Yeah,
Before she
I
hit the
think
TV
so.
circuit
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah.
right? That
It was-
Oh,
the
she
first-
was a TV star before that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not to the level until after
It
that
was
movie.
it was
right?
before she was Oprah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Oprah.
Just
The
Oprah.
Oprah.
Yeah.
The Oprah. Or
Yeah.
Harpo spelled
Just-
backwards. Did you know her production company is called Harpo
Yeah.
Productions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always liked that musical I heard, Phantom of the Opera.
Opening now down south at a theater near you.
At a drive-in.
And when you're done, yeah, right. drive in there.
There's no movie theaters open right now.
Did you know that Larry the Cable Guy lost his parents while they were at a drive-in movie? You know, the comedian.
He never found him?
No, he never found them because they were at the drive-in movie watching Clothes for Winter.
You're done.
I don't know.
And then when they were finally found, they went to Peekaboo ICU to.
That's funny right there. I don't care who you are out there.
It's been one of those days.
Did you know spandex is called spandex? Because backwards it says expands.
What?
Yeah.
I'm asking that next week.
Yeah.
Mine
Don't
is
tell Don because he's on
blown
there.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
a little fashion history for you.
Whoa.
Okay, I'll have
That
to ask
is
my wife
a
that.
nugget right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's it. Well, I'll tell you, that was worth getting up for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Learning that the word spandex means expands backwards.
Drop the mic. We're
I
done.
love it.
All right, wait, our producer's typing a question up there that's coming into his chat room. What about secrets behind the scenes with wardrobe?
What's wardrobe?
It's what you have in Phantom of the Opera.
If you can't spell the ABC
Yeah.
song,
Hairspray on the
you
boobs
might
is
be a
real.
redneck.
Well, yeah, doesn't it sticks, doesn't it?
It
Doesn't it help?
sticks, but toupee tape is much better.
Wait, wait.
You know,
You're answering a question that they don't know. I'm going to read this. What about secrets behind the scenes with wardrobe? Hairspray on the boobs is real? Question mark.
Well, I can only answer part one of that.
Well, I've never sprayed
never-
hairspray on the boobs.
no.
Mine or anybody else.
Though you can spray hairspray on your skirt if it's clingy, and you need the electricity to go away.
And you don't have, what's the spray? A static guard, right?
Static guard.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I have a line to say about the hairspray and what you talked about, but I won't
Yeah.
do that
Oh,
out
no,
of respect.
no.
I out of respect.
Let's ask permission. Diana, do we have permission for him to say what's rattling around in that bald skull of his? Because it's going to be funny.
I wouldn't want to leave it inside the skull.
All right, well, here we go. Wait.
It's actually more of a visual. It's more of a visual.
All right.
So, you do the spray. And then if you want to stay there a little longer, that's when you use the spray for an extended grope session, I guess, right?
I don't even know why. I don't. I.
God.
My wife is not letting me in when I get.
pathetic loser.
Exactly. Oh my God, my wife is not going to let me in when I get home. You said that on the show today?
Don't do it, Captain.
Scotty, beat me out of here. Oh my goodness.
Scotty, beat me up.
Lisa Mascari gave me a hand to the face look just now on the chest. Sorry, Lisa.
Oh, Richie gave me a shout out. Teresa Mala, you're such a natural hostess. Fabulous.
Sorry, she's not replacing us.
I love
Richie.
you, Richie.
I know she's a good look instead of me, Neil, or Johnny, but
Maybe her own show.
maybe. Well, we've talked.
Maybe.
We she does sing too. So, all right, before we go, Johnny, you got some stuff. The voice
But
of
only
God.
if I get a stripper pole in the studio.
That's a whole nother story. Well, there's one right there, but my camera's on it. So you'd have to swing really close to that camera to make it work. All right, Johnny, before we forget, you have a lineup of shows that I know we want to tell everybody about.
I do. Can we? Can we post up that little?
Plus, it'll
graphic?
save me for a few minutes, too, by the way. Chief is in the house. I see you, Chief, in there, buddy.
Oh, here we go.
busy bird.
This is our final week, the final week countdown at E String before we are out of there. Coming up tonight, we got a show. It's a big party. It's a birthday party. Tomorrow night is the big Sunday night mix. It's the biggest show in Vegas right now.
5 o'clock Sunday.
Yep, coming up on Tuesday, we're filming for the Golden Classics video series. We send it out to shut-in seniors around the country. Michael Nugent is going to be on there. An amazing Sinatra-esque classic
Yes.
Vegas-type singer.
Any
On-
relation to Ted?
No.
Okay.
On Wednesday, schmoozing and boozing with Johnny Bird and Mala. That show starts at 6 o'clock. It's just it's an all-request fun show. We got celebrities from around Vegas who aren't doing shows to come and sing. Next Thursday, we usually
Just
do
in
this
case you forget where you're going.
Yeah, we usually do this on Friday, but we're doing it on Thursday because we have a special guest coming up. Johnny Bird Goes Country. It's an all-country night. Friday, we're filming again for the Golden Classic Series with the Fabulous Vegas guys. And my buddy is coming in from Chicago, Don Tersini, one of the most talented actors, comedians, impersonators, and singers in
Who
all
you've
the
heard
country.
on this show, by the way.
Yes.
People may not realize.
So that's on Friday. There will be a cover charge. There will be a cover charge for that show. Saturday, to be determined. We're filling in that show. And the final show of all at East Rings for us is on Sunday. The most entertaining show in Vegas. Everything
Yes.
is on the table, including you. You can come down and sing from 6 to 9.
I thought you meant she was on the table. I was waiting. I was waiting.
The body shots. That's what that was.
No, on the pole. You know, we had it. That got stolen too. Our
man.
15-foot expandable pink stripper pole.
That's a bummer.
So this will be our final week. If you're ever going to come out to a show and see the show, come out starting tonight, all the way to next Sunday.
Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, Diana. Sometimes there's no words to describe a show, except for Portnoy. Today's episode is called Portnoy, but
Yes.
I hope you've enjoyed your time here with us.
I have.
We have, and sharing stories, and hopefully we haven't scared you away from coming back another
No,
time.
not at all.
hopefully.
She wants to come on my show. She
That's
wants to
fine.
try the
There
stripper
you go.
pole.
So did we determine, will she come back?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You'd be the first returning guest in almost 2 years. No, I'm only kidding. Thank you for coming. It's been a lot of fun. Give us again, available on Amazon. Yes?
Amazon.com.
There you go.
And
Stars in Their Underwear is the title of the book. Don't forget, chapter 8. Yeah, Johnny's trying to read
I'm
it.
back to 18 again.
I keep opening it up to chapter 18. Which,
Me
by
too.
the way,
I got a bookmark now.
in the
though.
Jewish religion, 18 is a lucky number. That must be why I keep opening up to it.
Oh, it's my lucky number.
But,
If you like country, you've got to read the chapter on Reba McEntire.
Oh my gosh. It just gets
Is Reba
better
in her
and
underwear?
better
What
and
chapter is that?
better.
Yeah, she's in there.
You can see President Lyndon B. Johnson in his underwear
Oh,
too.
good grief. I'm closing the book now.
Oh my goodness
wow.
gracious! All right, I think we're finally mercifully going to end this show. I want to thank everybody in the chat room. Real quickly before we actually do say goodbye, Johnny, why don't you share with us who our guest on this show will be next week?
Oh, yeah. Next week it will be the one and only voice chameleon Don Tersini. He's flying in on the 6th, going to be here. We got one show, and he's going to be here on Saturday. He is so much fun.
He is. You've heard him here on the show before in the past with our celebrity spotlights.
Yes.
We may not have to put it. We may not want to put his face on camera. Just have him do all of his voices so people
Yeah.
don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
But
He's
we'll
amazing.
figure it out. All right, Diana. Thank you so much again for coming in.
Thank you.
Yes,
Neil,
thank
buddy,
you.
Neil is right there. Somehow he's on the tabletop right in front of me.
Yeah.
So we dedicate this show to our twin brother, my twin brother, and dear friend, as everybody here. Really to the whole Portnoy family for helping the family stay healthy.
Yep.
I'm just going to end, and then Teresa, thank you again for coming in and co-hosting.
Yes.
We
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me. Thank you.
This was great. Johnny, I'm going to say my line, and then you close us out if you don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I always like to say, as I'd like to close all my shows out, be kind to each other. Why? Because we're all we got. Johnny, say goodbye for us, sir.
Goodbye.
Sorry, I didn't mean to catch you off guard, but
We timed all the way out. I figured just, and then we'd start making jokes off camera. But yes, hope
why
to see you
we've
down
given them
at
all here on camera.
East Ring on Sunday. You can catch Mala. Maybe you can catch Aaron and Neil. We love you.
Love you, love you, love
To all
you.
the performers out there that have been Portnoy, put it on your Facebook.
Go Yankees.
Yes. Go Yankees.